Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is another celebrity psychic reading. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Miss J and I do celebrity psychic readings, monthly horoscopes, videos in between here and there, and we have a lot of fun over here. So again, if you're new here, welcome, and if you are part of the tribe, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. Subscribe, share these videos, leave comments, give this video a thumbs up. Giving me thumbs up lets me know that you guys love seeing celebrities psychic readings and you guys love seeing these videos. So without further ado, let's begin. We are going to be talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle just announced that she is having her firstborn baby, so congratulations to the happy couple. I predicted that she was going to have this baby in my last reading with Meghan Markle, and I predicted a lot of good things. Like, some people predicted some crazy, scary things, and granted, never taking away from somebody else's prediction, but I wasn't picking up on anything like that. So without further ado, let's begin. If you're interested in seeing Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and maybe getting an insight on how Diana feels, Princess Diana, then please keep on watching. So I have a new deck. As you guys can see, let's just make way for my new deck. This is the Golden Tarot. It was actually given to me. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I love the vibe of this, and it's very like royalty, so I felt it will be very befitting to use this deck for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And also, we're going to be using my Romance Angel deck from Doreen Virtue, and we're going to be using my tried and true Energy Oracle deck. Wonderful. So let's begin. I have my incense burning. Meghan Markle feel about her baby. What is going on around them? What is the energy around Meghan Markle? Let's focus on Meghan Markle. Let's focus on Meghan. Ace of Wands in reverse. King of Wands is a good sign. And then we have Two of Swords in reverse. Also, we have Ten of Swords. We have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I pulled it in reverse. And then we have Three of Cups. Okay, so these cards are interesting. So we have Ace of Wands, and Ace of Wands in an upright position talks about travel, great plans, things moving forward, things taking a great step into a new beginning. It's a great card to receive if you want to start things anew. However, this card is in reverse. So because the card is in reverse, she's pregnant. So that means there's going to be postponage. That means there's going to be certain delays. I feel like this pregnancy wasn't planned. I feel like they wanted to hold off at least a year until she got pregnant, but everything happened relatively very fast. So they're happy about it because King of Wands talks about Prince Harry. I do see Prince Harry as a King of Wands. He has a very sweet, knowledgeable, kind-hearted personality and energy. So that's amazing that we got King of Wands. Basically trying to tell Meghan Markle everything's going to work out, because I think she was terrified when she found out she was pregnant. She was happy, but she was terrified. But Prince Harry is doing a good job with easing her worries and easing the anxiety that she has. I feel like Meghan Markle does suffer with anxiety, and she freaks out relatively very easy. So if you guys want me to read the meaning of King of Wands, it talks about a calm person that brings integrity and compassion. Wise and unassuming, he is loved by his family and friends and by millions. He may be undemanding of others, laid back, but he has great energies and ideas. So that represents Prince Harry in every sense of the word. He's like the most chillax dude that you could possibly think of. So I feel like, I think he's a Taurus as well, so that probably explains the laid back energy. So I feel like he's just like, hey, don't worry about it. We have it under control. Like, the baby happened a little sooner than we thought, but it's okay. Because I do feel like Meghan Markle was kind of scared about that. So here's another thing that I'm also feeling. Meghan feels like, here's the thing. So we have Two of Swords here. We have Two of Swords. So all honesty, I have to just pick up on this energy. She feels like she can't trust her surroundings. That doesn't mean she can't trust Harry, but she can't trust her surroundings. Granted, she has acknowledged the fact that Harry is a naturally flirty person, like he just can't help it. He kind of exudes sex appeal and charisma. So that's something that annoys the shit out of her, because she knows that he doesn't try, but he talks to a female and they're flirting with him, and she catches that. So she doesn't trust women around Prince Harry. She also doesn't really 100% trust his family around her. So there's an energy of feeling kind of, she doesn't really exactly know who to trust in this big, big castle. Also, 10 of Swords also being here. She doesn't trust the family. Knight of Pentacles. Her pregnancy wasn't received with a lot of happiness. I don't think her marriage to him was received with a lot of happiness from certain people in the family. It's not really giving me names. It's not really giving me imagery. I would have to pull more cards and see. But she's understanding that her being there is not 100% accepted. Like, she does deal with scrutiny a little bit, and is talking about that in the reading. However, the last position is 3 of Cups. So because 3 of Cups here, that does talk about, you know, growing up a family. 3 of Cups. Meghan, Harry, baby. That's amazing. So that's what I'm feeling for Meghan Markle. That's her energy. So let's pull for Prince Harry. What is his energy around the situation, around the pregnancy? What is the situation? And then we're going to pull on this energy that I'm feeling around Meghan Markle, where she feels like she can't really trust anyone in the royal family. Is Prince Harry's energy? That card flipped out, and I acknowledge cards that jump out the deck like that. Queen of Cups. 7 of Swords. That's not Meghan Markle's energy. Queen of Cups. Okay. The Hangman in reverse. 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups, the Strength card. They don't get a lot of support from the royal family in regards of emotional support. I feel like Prince William and Kate Middleton, they're just very chill. They're not about drama and bullshit. But I don't think they get a lot of support from the elders of the family. I don't. And I'm just going to stick with that. I don't feel like they get the support that they deserve, and their royalty as well. So I find that interesting, because I see the Knight of Cups. He's happy about this pregnancy. Okay? And he's going to constantly give and constantly make sure that Meghan is okay. But Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Because y'all notice all of these cards are negative. And I mentioned in Meghan Markle's spread that she wasn't feeling happy about how she felt around Harry in regards to other women just popping up out of nowhere and trying to make their presence known. So if this isn't the queen that has a problem with the pregnancy, then this must be some concubine from Harry's past that has a problem with this. Now, I'm not seeing sexual relations right now, because Prince Harry's loyalty is strictly with Meghan. They're happy, good vibes, good energy. But there is a concubine that is not happy about this. See, the reverse queen can be jealous and attention seeking. So it's one of Prince Harry's concubines. It's one of them. She keeps coming to the event. She keeps popping up, and Meghan sees that shit. Hence why it makes her uncomfortable, and Prince Harry uncomfortable. Ace of Cups. So now they're in opposition and arguing about that just a little bit. Not necessarily are you doing something with her, but it's more so of, why is this bitch still popping up? That's what I'm feeling. And hey, that kind of sounds familiar. Remember when Prince Charles, his wife, was like at Diana's wedding and shit, and she was at a lot of events that Diana and Prince Charles was in? I don't miss shit, and I pay attention to everything, and I read too. Okay, I do. I read books and I read cards. So it's weird how, not saying that Prince Harry is going to do some Prince Charles shit, but funny how these women that are attached to these men of royalty, they don't seem to kind of get the picture and kind of disperse. Prince William don't have this energy, because Prince William wasn't a hoe, but Prince Harry was a playboy. I feel like this female keeps popping up and just kind of making Meghan feel awkward, and making Prince Harry feel awkward, and making him feel like he doesn't have control of the situation because he doesn't want to bring attention to it. Okay. So now that we know that there is a very bold concubine that keeps popping up, What is the case of action? Are there still relations? Let me see. Okay. Okay, so let me put these cards away. Okay, are there still relations? The Death card. The Empress card comes up. That signifies the fertility. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, and then we have Seven of Pentacles. So no, there is no affair that's going on, guys. However, this person that keeps popping up that makes Meghan Markle uncomfortable, she's around. She's around, okay? Now, Meghan comes up as the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Very to herself, very quiet, but she's about her money and manifesting and bringing forth good blessings. Okay, she comes up as Queen of Pentacles in this spread. Another Queen of Pentacles in this spread, in my opinion, is the Queen who's 92 years old. That's amazing. She's a Queen of Swords energy to me, but Meghan Markle is a Queen of Pentacles. And the Justice card came up. So guess what? Meghan is going to get to the bottom of it, and she is going to handle it. She's working at it. Eight of Cups. She's working at releasing this energy. Knight of Wands. She's sending out the mission to get it done. Three of Pentacles. She's working behind the scenes, behind Prince Harry, to get rid of this bitch. Nine of Pentacles. She will be successful, and she will no longer be a problem. The Judgment card. So don't sleep on Meghan. She's a Leo. Don't sleep on her. She's getting rid of her today, tomorrow, next week. It will happen soon. Because y'all gotta understand, as royalty, they can't react to ratchet shit like this. They can't. And she's very familiar, Meghan to be exact, she's very familiar with ratchet behavior. Her family, hello, like the craziness that went on her dad's side of the family, it's just like crazy. So she's very aware of turbulent energy. So that being said, royalty can't behave in such a manner. They've already had a huge scandal with Prince Charles and Diana. That was in the past. They don't want history to repeat itself. They don't want to be displayed that way. So they move differently. Prince Charles and Diana's situation has taught them to move differently. So they can't openly express concern or energy of fear, okay? So they have to kind of keep a poker face. But when I say Meghan was pissed off at certain events, I feel like she was either around in Australia when they were touring in Australia, or there's just things that she's seen that makes her uncomfortable. It could also be that even after she's married to him, these women that were kind of Prince Harry's interest in the past, they're still around in hopes that something could happen, and Meghan Markle is very, very aware of that. Kate Middleton didn't have to go through this shit, because Prince Harry wasn't really about it like that. It was Prince Harry that was, not Prince William. So granted, Meghan Markle is getting to the bottom of it, and she's being quietly aggressive about getting rid of all of them. She wants all of them out, and she will be successful with that. Kick them out, girl. Kick them out the palace. Get them out of there. Ugh. Why are hoes so reckless? My God. Anywho, so what is in store for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? What are things that they need to work on spiritually? And then we're going to pull on the family. The Strength card. This pregnancy is going to teach them a good deal of strength. Okay? They do feel like the honeymoon stage didn't get to last, and they're going to be very protective of Meghan and their pregnancy and this baby during this time. They're going to be very, very, very protective of this. King of Cups, that's a good card. Seven of Wands, okay, working at it. I feel like this baby's going to be a boy. The Sun card came up as the last position. I feel like this baby's going to be a boy. So the Fool card's in reverse, so all the fuckery and all the craziness that was happening that Meghan was not okay with will be released. But I feel like this baby's going to be a boy. Okay, because the Sun card came up as the focal point. See, I did like a pyramid spread, And then I pulled out these cards of outside influences. Okay. Outside influences. Let me move the cards right here. Outside influences. Cool. Card. Okay. Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah. They're working towards removing what doesn't serve them. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. This will be a very successful pregnancy. The Judgment card keeps coming up again. So Meghan Markle is cleaning house. She's like, now that I'm wife, I want all of these concubines gone. I want this over here. She's being very, very precise about what she wants and what she wants around her and her husband. She is taking control and she has the whip. She's actually more outspoken than Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton is more soft-spoken, whereas Meghan Markle, she will outwardly say how she feels about something. How does Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton feel towards each other? What is the energy between these two? What is the energy between these two? Now, how does Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton feel towards each other? What is the energy between these two? What is the energy between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton? Okay. One, the Death card is in reverse. The Magician card. The Judgment card. Four of Wands. We also have the Star card. And we have the Temperance card. So they are polar opposites of one another. There is no negative strife. There is no tension. There is no bad blood between these two women. However, I don't feel like they would be close, but they have a mutual respect for one another. The Death card is in reverse. That's the Transformation card in reverse. So both of them knew that they had nothing in common. Okay, so this means that they couldn't transform and grow together because their views and how they do things is very different. Kate Middleton has more of a traditional aura about her, whereas Kate Middleton, she's going to break barriers. I mean, her whole wedding was not breaking the rules, but definitely breaking tradition. Whereas Kate Middleton, she stayed in tradition, she did her thing, and it was approved. Whereas Meghan Markle, even the wedding dresses it just screamed. One was traditional, one was high fashion. You know what I'm saying? One was very modern, while the other was traditional. So their energies and their vibes are very different. However, they don't have any negativity towards one another. Both of them are in agreement of removing these women that are in the palace that are trying to get their men. Both of them are in agreement about that because the Judgment card came up again. So I feel like Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle have these conversations of, hey, listen, we may have our differences, but we have something in common. These women that are in court, these women that these higher ups keep bringing around, they're cheating on their wives and they're bringing this energy. I don't want them around our husband. We don't want them around our children. We don't need them here. So if they're not a wife, if they're not any of these things, they can't be in the premises. And Kate Middleton is in agreement of this. So they're working together to get rid of these hoes. Because I really do feel like there are women that are around these events that should not be there. Granted, happiness, bliss, a soul connection, celebration, and special occasions. So listen, they have a genuine respect for one another. They will be in each other's lives in regards to their children playing with each other. So it's no bad blood between these two. So like I predicted, I'm not picking up on this weird energy that Meghan Markle feels towards Prince William and Kate Middleton. It's not with them. So let's see if it's Prince Charles and that wife of his, and then we're going to see if it's the queen, because she does feel a weird energy around family members. This could even be people that she doesn't see on a day-to-day basis, but when they have events, she sees them, and it's a weird energy. Is the energy racist? Like, what is the energy? So let me see. Nine of Wands, Prince Charles, Prince Charles, Prince Charles, Prince Charles, Prince Charles. It's not, okay, so I'm going to say it is coming from Prince Charles' energy, but it's not directed. It's more so of he kind of follows the vibe of his wife, and that is she's the Queen of Wands in reverse, which is I forgot her name, and I say wife, you know, with the utmost respect, because that took a lot of me to say wife, because what you did to Diana, I don't play that shit. Like, I'm still hurt by that shit. Like, I'm offended. I am offended. But it's in the past. Moving on. But it is coming from Prince Charles, but not necessarily Prince Charles, because he's a man and men don't get in petty shit. I feel like this is coming from Prince Charles' wife, who has an issue or feels some type of way or feels inferior. Because we have Queen of Wands as the last position of this being a female energy. So Meghan Markle doesn't really vibe with her very well and doesn't get along with her. Now, this card being in reverse, let's read what Queen of Wands means in reverse. So the Queen of Wands, it basically warns of unreliability. It has a negative effect on those in her orbit. Feels constantly let down. A situation promises but may not be kept. So she's supposed to be like a mother figure towards Meghan. Granted, she has her mama. Okay, Meghan's mama is alive and well. Thank you very much. But she is supposed to be a mother figure, but Meghan Markle spiritually knows that she can't be trusted. She's cordial with her. She's sweet with her. But there is negative energy coming from Prince Charles' wife. The energy is negative. And I'm not changing my mind on that. The energy is negative. And because it's coming from Prince Charles, he comes up as the Knight of Cups and is in a reverse position. That means his support wavers because he's with the Queen of Wands in reverse, which is his wife, that is actually very gossipy, and from what I'm picking up, she kind of throws rocks and hides her hands, and she knows how to do it in a classy way. And I say that with so much sarcasm. So that being said, I do feel like negative energy is coming from that side. So let's focus on the Queen. How does the Queen feel about Meghan Markle and the pregnancy? How does she feel about the pregnancy? How does Meghan Markle feel about the pregnancy? No, how does the Queen feel about Meghan Markle's pregnancy? How does the Queen feel about Meghan Markle's pregnancy? 1, 2, 3, and 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. The Sun card. The Tower card. 4 of Cups. All right, so the Queen is not upset, but she thought this was too soon for them. She wanted them to enjoy the honeymoon phase of their marriage. She wanted them to do more events. I keep hearing United States. She wanted them to do a tour in the United States like Kate Middleton and Prince William did. I feel like they still will, but keep in mind, you know, they're about tradition, they're old school, so she felt like it was way too soon. But she's happy about it. That's why the Tower card is in a reverse position. She felt like everything's going to get worse before it gets better, because she was under the impression like a baby happening so soon after a marriage, you guys haven't even gotten out of your honeymoon phase. She was a little bit concerned about that. However, she understands that it's a celebration. The Hierophant card comes up. It will be a Catholic celebration, 4 of Cups. So she doesn't have a bad energy. When I asked how she felt about Meghan, I got the Sun. So she loves Meghan Markle. She doesn't really have an issue. So she's okay with Meghan Markle. I don't see that she has an issue. The Queen doesn't have issues with a lot of people, but she did feel like it was relatively too soon. The Moon card comes up as the last position, so she's acknowledging that this may not help them alleviate any problems that they may have, because the Moon means emotions. And the Moon, in my opinion, is also the all-seeing eye. So the Queen has eyes all over the castle, and she pays attention to what's going on around her. So it's just basically saying this is piggybacking off of Meghan Markle feeling like she's always being watched, because she is. So I'm picking up on that as well. So now I know the negative Nancy is Prince Charles' wife. Okay. So I'm going to pull some cards again and see if the baby will be a boy or a girl. One more time. One more time. Okay, boy or girl, boy or girl, boy or girl, boy or girl. Devil card is in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Cups in reposition. Death and transformation. Okay, the Tower card. High Priestess card in reverse. Page of Cups. So I feel like the baby is still a boy energy, but this is a warning for Meghan Markle, and nothing to be scared of. But again, her anxiety. I feel like she does have anxiety and stress very easy. She needs to be careful with that, okay? During her pregnancy, she needs to be in peaceful, loving situations. She can't afford to be in anything that is negative and that will drag her and pull her down. I am seeing that if she allows negative influences and people to kind of jump in and get in the way, this can affect her pregnancy. I'm not going to say anything negative to speak it into existence, but she has to be very mindful. Though this is probably why the energy is so strong to release this energy. And she needs to get rid of these bitches that are around, because the High Priestess card is in reverse. So this talks about, you know, some weird shit going on to try to, you know, like maybe some you know, spirituality shit. I'm not picking up on Santa Maria or anything like witchcraft, but it is something out there, like some type of cult shit that she sees that people are into. She needs to get rid of these females that are trying to ruin her marriage, and also she needs to not be in any situation that's going to cause her harm, because it looks like she can get stressed out very easily. So she has to be very mindful and very careful about this. So Meghan Markle, if you happen to be on YouTube and you're watching this, be very careful about your peace and be very selective on who you have around you, because I would hate that anything will disturb you during this time. She just has to be very mindful of that, because these cards are just kind of like people trying to fuck with her peace. That was what I was seeing. So what else should I know about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry and their marriage? What should I know? Then I'm going to see how Diana feels about this. Okay, all tied up. They're going to be touring, all tied up, being very busy. Okay, they're going to be on tour. Happy family. Blossoming in abundance. Blossoming in abundance card. Caring connections. The Temple path and an upright position. Adjacent possibilities. Okay. Anything else I need to know? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The contract card in reverse. Last card. Okay. So, all honesty, I personally feel like Meghan Markle needs to have her pregnancy away from the negativity and the scrutiny of the royal family. I do feel like it takes a toll on her. I do feel like she wants to have this baby and she wants to have this pregnancy go her way. She doesn't want to break tradition, but she wants to add in some of her own traditions that she would like to implement in her delivery. So she doesn't want that to be disturbed right now, okay? Now we have woman holding a coin, that being in reverse. This is the queen. So she wants to make sure everything is done traditionally, and Meghan Markle will oblige, but of course there's certain things she doesn't want to do. So granted, it could simply be how I feel like they're gonna have like full control. This is what the nursery is gonna look like. This is what this like. Just like try to like impose And listen, Meghan Markle is very protective of her young, and she is a Leo. So I feel like they have good intentions. And while Kate Middleton was very bendable and listened to everybody and soft-spoken, but still got what she wanted, Meghan Markle will be like, excuse me, but I wasn't talking to you, and I actually don't want you to be here. Like, her energy is just very like one and done, very finale. So this could rub a lot of people that serve her the wrong way, because they're trying to implement what they want, and she's not about that. She's about what she wants. So Meghan Markle is very outspoken. She speaks her mind. So this could upset the higher ups, because they have a way of doing things for their own reasons. And she's like, I'm not following that tradition. We're not doing that. So this could put Prince Harry in the middle, because this is man holding a card in reverse. So he could feel like, hey, could you just bend just a little bit? And she's going to be like, no, I don't want people telling me how the nursery should look when I am the mother and I want the nursery to look a certain way. So I feel like this negativity, the pregnancy card is in reverse, this negativity and people imposing and people jumping in, it could give her complications during her pregnancy. So as long as Prince Harry steps in and gets that shit under control, this pregnancy should run smoothly. But if not, it will become a problem. So that's what I'm seeing for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. So if you guys love this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Might do a part 2 on this, because I feel like there's more that needs to be said. There's more to be said from Princess Diana's perspective. So I'll probably piggyback on this reading with that one. But yep, stay tuned. Thank you guys. Bye.